Despite making a significant impact in the world of rock and roll and heavy metal, Richie Blackmore is known off-stage for his moody and rude personality. The guitarist has made enemies with everyone from fellow contemporaries, past bandmates, former collaborators, and even fans. Many who looked up to Blackmore said they were disappointed when they met him. Some even said he came off like a total jerk. Here are 5 rock stars who don't like Richie Blackmore. If you enjoyed the video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. You're watching Rock Fame Diaries. Before diving into the feuds, let's take a look at Richie Blackmore's band history. Richie rose to prominence as the guitarist for Deep Purple, co-founding the band in 1968. With hits like Smoke on the Water, Highway Star, and Child in Time, Deep Purple became one of the pioneering bands in hard rock and early heavy metal. Blackmore's signature neoclassical guitar style stood out, but so did his volatile attitude. In 1975, disillusioned with the musical direction of Deep Purple, Richie formed Rainbow, a project where he had full creative control. Teaming up with powerhouse vocalist Ronnie James Dio, Rainbow embraced mystical, fantasy-driven themes paired with heavy riffs. Despite the band's early success, internal conflicts led to frequent lineup changes. Eventually, Richie transitioned to a Renaissance-inspired folk rock band called Blackmore's Night with his wife, Candace Knight, turning his back on hard rock entirely. Now, let's explore 5 notable musicians who had major fallouts with him. 1. Ronnie James Dio, the voice of Rainbow silenced.
Ronnie James Dio released 3 studio albums with Rainbow during the late 1970s. Initially, Dio appreciated Richie's vision, particularly the medieval and sword and sorcery themes. However, things changed drastically as Richie became increasingly domineering over the band's creative process. He insisted on final say over every aspect: lyrics, song structure, production, and image. According to Dio, Richie had no interest in collaboration. What truly disturbed Dio was Richie's dismissive behavior toward fans. Dio believed that musicians owed their fans mutual respect, something Richie lacked. Over time, Richie started steering Rainbow toward more commercial and mainstream sounds, prioritizing radio hits and profits over musical integrity. Dio, who valued artistic authenticity, was eventually fired in 1979. His wife, Wendy Dio, later confirmed that Ronnie never spoke to Richie again.
Even when Rainbow briefly reunited years later, Richie didn't express any remorse. When asked if he missed Dio being part of the reunion, Richie replied bluntly that he couldn't care less. For fans, it was a painful reminder of how deeply fractured their relationship had become. 2. Eric Clapton. A hotel incident gone wrong. Blackmore and Eric Clapton's relationship had a rocky beginning. In 1968, when Richie's band was the opening act for Clapton's supergroup Cream in Australia, things were cordial at first. Richie admired Cream's heavier edge. But that changed during a hotel stay in Melbourne. After 3 nights of being woken by hotel construction work, Richie and his band threatened to retaliate. On the 3rd morning, they plugged in their amps and blasted guitar at full volume, unintentionally waking Clapton, who was staying next door. Clapton's security pounded on Blackmore's door, demanding silence. Though Richie apologized afterward, Clapton wasn't impressed. Adding fuel to the fire, Clapton later criticized Blackmore's guitar style, calling it unoriginal. Blackmore, in return, dismissed Clapton as just another blues player without much innovation. Between the hotel debacle and mutual artistic disdain, it's no surprise these 2 guitar icons never got along. 3. Pete Townsend. Stop comparing me to him. Pete Townsend of The Who has publicly expressed disdain for Richie Blackmore. He hated being grouped with Deep Purple or other heavy metal acts like Led Zeppelin. While fans often lumped their bands together as part of the British rock explosion, Townsend bristled at the comparison. He viewed Deep Purple, and Richie in particular, as overly theatrical, accusing them of being all spectacle with loud, dark performances. Townsend took issue with Blackmore's flamboyant antics, like playing with a cigarette in his mouth or smashing guitars. Ironically, this critique came from someone who made a career smashing instruments on stage. Despite The Who and Deep Purple having personal friendships behind the scenes, Townsend never warmed to Blackmore's musical persona and hated being placed in the same category. 4. Glenn Hughes. He was unreachable. Glenn Hughes, another Deep Purple alumnus, had a mixed history with Richie. On one hand, he's praised Blackmore's intelligence and talent. On the other, he's called him emotionally distant and difficult to play with. Hughes described Richie as having a dark sense of humor and constantly shifting moods. Along with David Coverdale and John Lord, Hughes once tried to reunite the Mark III lineup of Deep Purple. But Richie simply ignored their calls. No return messages, no interest. He completely ghosted them. Though Hughes still performs and speaks fondly of his time in Deep Purple, he's admitted that Blackmore's unwillingness to communicate has made any reunion impossible. 5. Ian Gillan. Good riddance. The tumultuous relationship between Richie Blackmore and Ian Gillan, Deep Purple's iconic vocalist, is legendary. The two clashed frequently over creative decisions and personality conflicts. Both had left and rejoined the band at various times, but it all came to a head in 1993 when Blackmore exited Deep Purple for good. According to Gillan, Blackmore was always the root of the band's dysfunction. Once Richie left, Gillan felt liberated, saying he could finally make music with the rest of the group in peace. Tensions reignited during Deep Purple's 2016 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. Blackmore claimed he wasn't invited and refused to attend out of respect for the late keyboardist John Lord. David Coverdale publicly criticized Gillan for not including Blackmore, calling him the heart and soul of the band. Nevertheless, Gillan has moved on and never attempted to reconnect. These days, Blackmore appears perfectly content playing Renaissance folk music with his wife in Blackmore's Night, leaving his hard rock days and his old bandmates far behind. Anyways guys, are you a fan of Richie Blackmore? Have you or anyone you know ever met him? Do you think his dark and moody image is justified? Or does he get too much hate? Let us know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. You've been watching Rock Fame Diaries. God bless us all.